This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, so one we have a Jira, and another one which we have is Confluence. Okay, so these two tools we are going to use. So one we are using for primarily for issue management or task management or project management, you can say. And another one which we use it for knowledge management. Okay, knowledge management means in simple way, if I want to say wiki, internal wiki. Okay, so this is the two tool which we have. So now let's get started with the Jira, and after that we'll have a, let's say, 10 minutes of break, and then we'll talk about the Confluence also. Okay, so first thing is, what is Jira? So as I stated already, this tool you can use it for many purpose. You can use for issue management, you can use for task management, you can use for project management, you can use for the bugs management, you can use for feature management, you can use for the service desk. You know, so many use cases which you can have it for the Jira. Now you can use for Agile also, you can use for Scrum also, Scrum, all these things you can use it. So we do the planning phase, right? So remember that first day we discussed planning, then coding, then building, then packaging, then unit testing, then archiving, all these things. So this tool is itself at the planning stage. Okay, planning stage. So why we need this? I think more or less, if you understand, look at the project, any project for the look at the organization actually. Organization, we have a project 1, project 2, project 3, multiple projects you have, and each project you have multiple different kind of issues. This software issues, tasks, regular tasks, bugs, features, and many more things which we have. So how do we manage it? And if you look at the enterprise level, probably if you are 1 or 2 people, then probably you can manage it yourself using Excel sheet or something like that. But when you have 20 people, 30 people, and then it's very difficult to manage the tasks. Someone should know how many tasks you have, what are the tasks you are working on it, what is the status of these tasks. All this thing is important. So we need a tools to manage all this thing at a centralized place. So for that we have Jira. Now Jira is not the only tool which we have, by the way. Okay, so yes, Jira is the most popular in this particular domain, but Jira is not the only tool which we have. We have so many other tools also. For example, GitHub issue, GitLab issues, Azure DevOps also has a issue management tool. ServiceNow also is being used. Trello is being used. Many tools are there in this domain, but yeah, this tool is very, very popular for us. So this is the reason why we use all this stuff. So make sense, guys, all of you?
Yes.
Makes sense? Okay, now let me tell you here, this tool is written in Java. So the moment I say Java, that means what? Anyone would like to tell me? The moment I say Java, that means
Platform independent.
yeah. So that means if you ask me, Rajesh, can I install in Linux? I would say Java. Can I install in Windows? I would say Java. Why? Because Java you can install anywhere. So any product which is developed in Java, you can install anywhere. So yes, I think some of the characteristics I don't need to tell you, but you can, any platform you can install it. Now this is from the company called Atlassian. Atlassian, very popular organizations which we have. It's from the Australia, I guess, based out in Australia. They have a multiple product, by the way. They have a Jira, they have a Confluence, they have Bamboo, Fisher, many tools they have, and Jira is one of the tools which we are using. Now, this tool is basically web-based tool, and the port number is 8080. So now, next questions will ask me, okay, Rajesh, what is the architecture of Jira? So primarily, Jira have very flat architecture, web front. Let's say you will interact with the web, and web will uh, support the RDBMS. Okay, RDBMS means anyone? Example of RDBMS, would you like to tell me?
SQL Server.
Yeah, we have any RDBMS for the sake of it. So here web is designed in Java, and you can access it 8080. Now RDBMS, it can be anything, by the way. It can be MySQL, it can be Postgres, it can be MS SQL, it can be Oracle, and all stuff like that. But you know what? This trial version of Jira, I think if I'm not wrong, is coming from the Derby. I sometime H2, some product which is coming with the trial version H2, but I think it's a Derby. I'll just get a confirmation. Jira default database. I think it's a Derby based on my memory. So Jira default database, and Jira internal is H2 only. It's not a Derby. I think it's H2. So here it says Jira internal H2 or external database. So yeah, you can use all this here, but default which coming, which is H2, which is open source again, and very popular for using the trial version. But most of the time you'll run the production with MySQL or Postgres or whatever it is. Okay, so very simple flow, very simple architecture. Now the question is how to install it. How to install it. Now I think by now you understand that we have a Jira, a Java need to be installed, Java 11. Okay, that we need to have it. And after that you need to install Jira. That's all. So now I'll directly move into the demo, so that will be more useful. So yeah, at a high level, don't need to go into too much of it. It will not help you too much of detailing, But yeah, what is Jira? Why do we need it? And how it works and all. Are you comfortable so far? Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's get started. So now this demo I'm trying to show you in Ubuntu. And the reason is why Ubuntu. You could have done it in CentOS also. The steps are same actually, but morning when I was getting the machines, by mistake I boot up the Ubuntu, and I don't want to waste time and all. So for that reason only, I'll just go with the Ubuntu. Steps are same for all the Linux operating system. Don't mind it. So SSH-I Rajesh Mumbai PM, and it's Ubuntu, right? So Ubuntu, and then this is the machines. Yes. Now this machine I am having 2 CPU, 4 GB, 8 GB RAM, by the way. So I remember the last demo. I think I did few weeks back. 4 GB RAM, it was crashing it. Okay. So please remember that. So I had to upgrade it. So it wasted lots of time. So now I just gone with the 8 GB directly. So again, before that, you should read the prerequisite of it. So Jira installation prerequisite. Now, if you are into the production servers and you are managing the Jira, then of course you have to be a little bit more learnings. You have to do which browser supported, which database supported, which Java supported. This is the client side, this is the server side. So all this thing information you have available. See, Java, memory, database, security, every information you have it. But right now, the primary objective is to learn Jira rather than become an administrator for Jira. Okay, so little bit of things anyways I'll cover, but yes, you should read this document if you are really your job is to become a Jira administrator. Lots of learnings are there. Java is there. Yes, Java is there already installed. In the last session I installed. So Java 11 I installed it, and here it is. Now what should I do? So I need a package. Now let me see that if I get lucky and my previous package works. If my previous package is working, wonderful, I get lucky. Else I have to get a downloading URL from the Atlassian website. That will consume a little bit of time. So this is the Jira installations in Atlassian using Docker. This is the Jira installations in Linux. And let me check if I have a package URL. So I think it's a latest, not latest version. I can also check that. Just a second, let me see that. So latest version, the URL is not there. So no problem. So what I'm going to do is, this is the Docker way. This command will save lots of time. I could run this command also, but I don't want to run it. Why? Because this is a open source core version of Jira, which I don't want to. So I want to show you the latest version. So no problem. So very simple though. Jira download. Okay, just type it in Google. Go to this place. Now here, if you see, do you want the data center version of AWS? Then you can get started, and Azure also. But right now, I am not looking for any of this. In this, if you go for this one, okay, what will happen? I'll tell you. What Atlassian have done it, they have tied up with the AWS, and they say, hey, I'll give you the custom AMIs, and if anyone will run that AMIs, then you will have to pay for the only those hours which they are using. Same goes with the Azure also. Are you understanding this concept?
Yeah.
So that way you will have a AMI installed with a Jira that I don't want. And I don't want to use this one also, because that way learning will be limited. So what we do in this case? So here we can go for this one. Click on it here. Okay. By the way, this UI will keep changing. So please be comfortable with the website and all. It's not something next month you'll find something else. I am seeing that there's a changes from last month. And here there's the latest 8.x. So the version probably in your production, I think you'll be using 7, I guess, in your organization, because very few organizations upgrade this kind of tools very fast. Okay, so here we are using 8, and how do we get it? So here 7 is there and 8 is there. So I'm going to install the 8 actually. And can we click on the get started? Now here they're saying, hey, you want to install Jira on Windows? No, of course not. Do you want to install in Linux or Tarball or zip archive? Now, what are the difference between this? So guys, these are the packaging type, okay? Zip file, you get a zip file, you can install in Linux also. Tarball also you can install in this. Linux means what? Linux means you get a platform supported package. For example, in Ubuntu, we have a Debian, correct now? In Ubuntu? Yeah, and for RPM, I mean for RHL, you will get a RPM. So it's up to you which way you go for it. I'll not complicate too much of this installation. Tarball is okay, and I'm okay with it. So submit. Now I'll do a little bit of cheating actually, because this URL always keep getting changes. So here you see, this is the URL. I need it. So what I'll do, I'll copy this URL. I'll go to the machine, go to the OPT, and sudo -s. I'll just become a root. And here wget is there, right? Yes, wget and this URL. Just the cheating. You can keep it whichever you want. Okay, so this URL, this Jira I got. Makes sense? Now I will cancel this download in my Windows, because I was just wanted to this Tarball. Are you understanding what I did, all of you?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to untar. So ZXVF and here, enter. That's all. Now let it be untar. By the way, if you go for the package manager like RPM and Debian, it'll be little bit more easier. But I find this is more easier. I can do everything at one directory. So this is the directory. Okay. Now let's say if you don't like a long directory, no problem. You can make it short. It's up to you. Now Jira is a directory. Okay, there's many files are there. I think many. For demo, I'm using all this thing. Don't focus on anything else. Just focus on Jira. Okay, so this is the one. Now, if you see that here, This is your complete software. Okay, so here you have Atlassian Jira, configurations, file, start, stop commands, all the libraries, logs, stems, web apps, So here these are the, you know what, this Jira, because it's developed in Java, so it's inbuilt Tomcat is coming here, inbuilt Tomcat. Okay, so Tomcat is being shipped along with it. So what to do? How do we start it? So I'll just go here, bin directory. Okay, remember that what is the default database? H2. And here I will go, and do you see this code, startup.sh? All of you? Yeah.
Yep.
Or you see the start.jira also. Both you can use it. For this input is required. This is a flat one. So start Jira and done. Now I'll check that. It takes some time. It started, but it takes some time. Okay. So I'll just search that Tomcat, and it's running. So far it's running, no problem. Now, which port I said it will be accessible? So it will be accessible on, I forgot the port number. You guys remember?
802.
Which one?
I think it was 8080.
Yes, 8080. Please remember that. Okay, so 8080. And now I am going to configure. Now this error you will get it when you install through the zip file or tarball. This error you won't get it when you install through the Debian or packages like a Windows installer packages or Linux packages and all. So what is this? So they say, hey, we can't locate that Jira home directory and we need to fix it. Okay, so what do we need to do? So we need to fix it by, there's one file which is called server.xml, and the server.xml we have to set the Jira home. Okay, now this file, this error also, if you look at this, I have documented here. So if you see that, okay, there's a different one, a Jira error. I'm not able to co-locate here quickly. Okay, so no problem. So here, this error, whichever you're getting, you can fix it by modifying the file, and that file is, so let me copy this error. I'll put it in the notepad so you remember that how to fix it. Okay, so here it says, hey, your Jira home is not, we cannot locate it, so please locate this. Okay, so this is the error. So how do we do that? So for that, I have a fix in Windows and Linux, and that one here, this file. This is the file, or you can use this file also. Here, where is it? This is a Jira home directory, and you can set this. This is for Windows. Okay, this is the environment variable you can set, or you can set in Linux this file and export. There should be some export. This command is not there, but anyways, you know that how to export. Okay, so that's all. So can I do that? So I'll go to this location. Okay, and first I'll stop this Jira because it'll keep running. So stop the Jira, enter. Okay, and cd dot dot, and I'll search for this file, find dot name, find dot name, enter. Now this is the file I need to modify, and in this file I'm going to modify the path of Jira home. So Jira home, I'm keeping it, I'm keeping this one. Okay, this is the path. Okay, so here vi here. Now which home? This is the path, enter. Now the here the environment variables should be jira.home. The file should have some content. I'm wondering why it's not there. Just a second, guys. there should be some content. Okay, SRAM file, and this is the full path. It was from the Jira. Okay, my bad. That's a long locations. Okay, so I'll just write it in the notepad. That will be easier for me, so I will not get confused. This is the home path. I want to set it up. Okay, opt Jira Atlassian home, and here this is the path. Okay, now where is the file actually? So file is, I'll search for that is, this is the file. And now I'll go for insert and this. That's all. So saved it. Now go to the bin directory. This you have to do manual work only in the packages. Start Jira. And done. Now let's check it out. This error has gone or not. Here. It's gone. So just wait for it. I am going to start 8080 port one more time and it's loading. So that's what you have to set this. After that, you have to configure it. Now here you say, hey, set it up for me. If you want to follow this widget or you want to set it up yourself. Right now I'm in a learning phase, so I'll not complicate too much. So here I'll go for set it up for me. Now it will go to Atlassian website. Okay, can you see my screen, all of you?
Yep.
Yeah, so it will go to the Atlassian website. Why? So they required that some 30 days trial period. I don't have a license. I could have gone to, but I don't have a license. So I will go and create a license for 30 days. And Atlassian is very flexible in terms of creating license. So they ask me which license you want. So you can go for the cloud or desktop version or data center version. So I'm going for this one, which is automatically selected. And this is a server ID for my server. Generate a license. Remember Atlassian.com. Now you must be thinking how you got it. So it's automatically logged in actually. My.atlassian.com is automatically logged in. That's the reason I got it. Else you have to create account and this, that, and all sorts like that you have to do. And yes, that's all. So I got the things here because it's a return URL is not set. So refresh this. And send anyway. Yeah, done. So I got the license. See here, Jira trial license has been successfully installed. This license is active for 30 days. Rajesh, executive of DevOps School.com. Rajesh 123, and Rajesh 123, and next. Done. Now there are some configurations which is being done. So that's all. So we got this Jira, and Jira is up and running and it's ready to use. Only one thing, you have to set this one in that if you're not using a default package manager, and done. All of you understood it?
Yep.
Okay, so there's some problem here. Problem here is a internal error has occurred. I was not expecting this error because there's nothing. Yeah. So restart the Jira. There's no other way because the process has been followed. Stop it. RAM, you have it. I can troubleshoot also, go to the log file and see that. So I should go to the logs, and here I am deleting all the logs to get a fresh log, and I'm starting from scratch now. So cd bin and start one more time. Okay, and let me check. Sometimes what happens, they download lots of plugins from the internet, And if that the plugin, the areas from where they are downloading the plugin is not stable, that repository, so also that may help. I mean, you may get a failure. It's just the installation. Once the installation is done, configuration is done, after that you'll not have any problem. So sometime it also, so it's loading all apps. So apps means they're downloading many apps internally and they're trying to set it up for you. So here, not sure why this error is coming. Okay, so I'm going and checking the logs file just for a troubleshooting and try to see that if I can fix it quickly. And the logs here under the logs folder, we'll have a logs. Now, which logs you should check depends on that. This is the garbage collector log, Catalina log, which is the one here. And so Catalina log, I'll see that more. Catalina log is a Tomcat log. Okay, so here main info. Everything is great. Everything is great. Now I will search where is the error. So there's a one quick way I will do that. Grep -r recursive and error and done. Now there's only one error in the Catalina.out, and why this error has been there? So error has been there because of, let me see that. And here I'm just checking. See here, Jira is starting. Everything is okay. There's no problem. And this is how you troubleshoot. And Tomcat troubleshooting skills will help you here. And if you see that here somewhere, there's some warning. And this is a H2 as an in-memory database. That's okay. This here info. I'm looking for the error line. And here there's some error has come. And if you see that, this is the error. So it says unable to create archive directory. So this is the archive directory. And say Jira has been locked.
Hi Rajesh, I think
Yes.
there is a space error. I just saw that. Can you scroll up? It
Where?
was showing space error.
Where?
Scroll up. The last error which you saw me, there it was showing the space error.
I'm just trying to read this.
No,
I'm
not
not
this
seeing
one
this.
actually. Not this one, the upper one.
Here?
No space left. Yeah, no space left on device.
Where is that? Let me check this. Okay, see this here. So this is a genuine error actually. So that's nothing can be done. So what to do? So df-kh. Okay, see here. That's the problem. And that only 7.7 GB were there. No problem. I have a fix for it. And the fix is, I'm just for the time being, I'm deleting some of my files. Okay. So Raja, bye bye. Docker yes this was all from the last demo. So rm, all these containers I'm deleting it, so it will create some space for me, and that will work out. So okay, so I could increase the storage also, but that will unnecessarily, it will take time. I don't want to deviate from demo. And I deleted multiple containers. You should solve those issues and paste it. And here it is. Now Docker images, I will delete this also. RMI and Raju, Jenkins, and Ubuntu. Bye bye. Done. So I think should be okay. So now can I see that? Still there's a problem, no problem. So I will just go ahead and delete this one and this file also. Done. So df-kh, done. At least some files got, so now I can go to Jira, bin, and stop and start. Should be okay this time because 500 MB is available. And so for the production and all, it's like Jira scenario. Okay, so now it was a crashing, that's the reason. So should be okay now. And let me see that how much is filling. So far so okay. So here you also got to know how to be troubleshoot. So logs is the one of the best way to see the thing. Troubleshooting skills, if you remember in the Linux session I said, look at the system, look at the applications, look at the dependent services, look at the application logs. So yeah, you can get it into that mode and do that. So I'm just checking it. It should not fill that folder because I don't want to see one more failure. So you know what, I'll delete this one also that way. And done. And so df-kh, it's 92% and should be okay this time. I'm just checking one more time if it's feeling fast or not. So what is happening? They're installing the lots of apps from the App Store. So I'll show you this Atlassian App Store. Atlassian apps, and here. So they will download internally, and which is a recommended one. They'll keep it. Here you can find lots of paid apps also. By the way. Okay, so mind it. So I think it should be okay. It's taking a little time. I'll just pause the recording for a few minutes.
This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, so there's a few questions which is from the Ram. First question is, we used to send an email to Jira with some subject. It will open a Jira, and how do we do this? Okay, so see here, understand the concept here. This you write one script, okay, and the script will have a Jira URL, username, username, and password. Now in this script, you will write an API call for it. API call for it. Okay, plus API call for wait a second. We have to send an email to Jira with some subject. It will open up a Jira. How to do this? Okay, this is something different. I assume something different. Okay, so here, what you are saying, Ram, please correct me. So what you are saying, there's one email which is let's say Jira 1234 something like that, and DevOpsschool.com. Okay, so this is the email. Now probably what Ram is saying, hey, if I send an email to this, so it should create one ticket, okay, and let's say with some subject and all, whatever you send through the email, it should create a one ticket, and then subject line, whatever body part, whatever you see, that should be decided by the through using the ticket. Is that what you mean?
Raj, can I tell the issues? Hello?
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so first one is they shared, actually admin team, they shared one email ID. So they asked us to send an email to that particular email ID with some subject, so that they will open a Jira story with the subject is a the summary of the Jira, and body is the content of the Jira story. That is how they design. I don't know like what is a backend, but I want to know that. So that is the first
Yeah.
scenario.
So
Yeah.
this is the inbuilt feature. Okay. So let me have a pause a little bit because I have some problem here. Uh, could not
Okay.
start this. Uh, I think the system has no RAM issues, and it has a space also. Now the plugins fail to start. We have not been able to start all the required plugins, and we can see the logs again, but I'm thinking let's not waste time and get this Jira, which is hosted one. So here grep -r error dot. Now here this is the error. No. The error is this is the error. So here it says Jira has failed to because okay. So probably if you stop and start one more time, it will work. Maybe because of some plugins it did not uh, configure it. So that happens first time in the installations, and it should work because there's no other error in terms of installations and all. There's no error I see. Okay, so but right now what I'll do, I'll not waste a little bit more time and directly migrate to one Jira, which is we get it after that. It's a cloud Jira. That's a free of cost. You don't have to install it. But again, this steps you can. It's the same process you can follow, and you should be able to get up and running. It's just a plugin installation issues which we have. Let me check one more time if we have a space issues again. Still, I have a 700 MB free. Can I free a little bit more? Maybe plugin installation has some check which required some sort of uh, the problem here for this image is I have only 7.1. So let's not waste time because even though if I increase this size and all, it will take some time and then get started. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the Cloud Jira now. So Cloud Jira, this also you can install it and here. So installations, you don't have to do that here. You start using it. So just after this installation, whatever we are doing here, you will get the same something similar Jira. You'll get it there also after this. So I wish you could have done it here, but I do not want to lose more time. So get it free. Now I clicked on get it free. It's a Cloud Jira. Refresh issue. Now I'm going to fill that form, and fill that form is, what should I name it? This is the site stuff. So site I'm going to make it, which is DevOps 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 something like that. So this is the one site will be created. Agree. Just for the trial purpose, you don't need anything else, and create it. That's all. Meanwhile, also I'll keep checking this if it's done. Okay, so now they are setting up one account first. One container basically will be set by them, and then get. Meanwhile, if we get this one, we'll get lucky. I'll show you a few demo because in the server edition, there are few demos which is possible only in server, and the cloud because it's a fully platform as a service. Few demo you cannot show you. So again, depends on your organization. Most of you must be having the server editions only. Very little migration has been done in this. Okay, so is setting up for the one account. Here you don't have any problem. So let's do one thing. Let's get back to the discussion. So now, yeah, Ram, please go ahead. So you said there's one
Yeah,
email ID, and
there is a
from the
email
email
ID.
ID,
Yeah, if I
yeah.
drop an email to that particular mail ID with subject and body, then it creates a Jira story with the subject as a summary and body as a Jira
Correct.
detail.
Yes, yes. So this is the default feature which we have in Jira. So this email ID creations, you can do it yourself also. I mean, those who's a Jira admin. And after that, if you send it, automatically subject will take a subject for the ticket, and body part will be having the body of the ticket. So that is it's not a problem. It's just email ID. If you have admin access, you can set this email ID. You can set as many email IDs for that. That means if you send an email to this, that will be
Hmm.
creating in the ticket. How, where? I need one at least, one at least. Yeah, I got it. So here, go to skip. Now here you are adding the projects. Okay. Here you can add a project template, Scrum also. Here you can manage a team. If you want to change the template, change the type and all, you can do that. So here, let's say I'll go for the basic one. I don't want to complicate. So bug tracking, which is a very popular one. This template I'm using. Okay, so this is the project one. Remember, I'll create a different types also, but for the time being, project one, and created it. Now you will have to add your users, and these are the basically integrations which you want. Right now, I'm not complicating. Skip it. So here you have a project. Now you want to invite. I am not interested right now, so can I skip it? At least one option should be there. So let me invite scmgalaxy.com and continue and done. Okay, so now your Jira is ready with this project. Remember, you can create a more project also. So now we have to get comfortable with this one. The only thing is like UI part of the cloud is little different from the this one is still taking time. So from this one, but more or less work is same. So here you have a anything which is ticket which is assigned to you, recent, some boards are there here, and here you have projects. Right now we have only one project. Let me create a few more projects quickly. So last time I created a bug tracking project, but if you want to do any kind of project, are you seeing this here? These are all the template actually. So you can create a project to manage the service management, work management, marketing, human resources, finance, design, personnel, operations, legal, sales. All these types of template you can select. But you know what, guys? In a Jira desktop version, you will have only few options like software development and finance and all these options, service management and all. Only few options will be there. So right now we all are in the software industry only. Let's not complicate and other stuff. We do that. So go for a Scrum and use this template and team manage or company manage. So I'll just let it be team manage. I don't care here. And here, this is a Scrum. This is one project also I created. And the key is Scrum here and create a project. So it's just like that. You can create a project based upon your requirement. By the way, I'm the admin of this. So I have every functionality. Now, just let me close this. Yeah. So this is the one. Now what to do? So now someone will go and create a ticket. So how do we create a ticket? Here you go and select the project. Let's say project one. Let's say it's a bug, improvement area, task, new feature, epic. Look at this, guys. Here, issue type. These are the issues type here. Here you have. Now this is the summary. So now let's say it's a bug. So I'll select the bug. Now what is this? So home page, or let's say DevOps School .com login page is not working. Page is not working. Now, again, guys, please understand that in any projects you have a multiple components. Component means chat component, email component, backend component, this component. So right now you have not added any component. So just give the descriptions properly. Okay, I am sure it's a self-service, so I don't think so you'll struggle for it. And copy paste. Assigned, as of now I have only one user. Now for which version this issue is there, so here you can select it. Priority, medium, high, and all stuff like that. And few more options are there. For example, when it should be done, which environment I'm getting it, some attachment, some which version it got affected, by which date it should be fixed, which particular issues this is related to other issues, assigning and everything. You can do it and create it. Simple. So now I just created one ticket in my project, which is called project one. I'll just go for it. And here you see all issues. Are you understanding, all of you? All of you?
Yeah,
Hello?
right.
Yes, right.
This problem is continuing. Okay. So now what to do? Now guys, again, I'll go here. And you see that here, your job is to basically customize it. So see here, you have issue type. Here you have bug. So I want to add a more issue type actually. How do I do that? Here you have a component. I want to add a more components options here. How do I do that? Here you have a particular release fixed version. Here release. As of now, none of these are. So how do we fill this? So how do I do that? All stuff like that. So for that only, I'm going to teach you. So here, every project, guys, no matter which one you create, will have a project setting. So the project setting, back to the projects. Guys, do you see this project setting, all of you?
Yeah.
So anything you want to customize for that particular project, you have options in a project set. Now, before that, let me add a release and component. So where do we add a component? So guys, DevOps School is a one product. I'm adding a component here, and the component is DevOps School hyphen chat. And this is the one component. I'm not fitting each URL, but you know, it can be component lead and all many things is there actually. So just being a simple, and this is the mail functionality. This is a mail functionality, and this is a component which is a backend, something like that. And like this, I created 3 components. Can I go and check that? See here. See, I got it. So any projects you have a components, you can create the component. Now I have a release, multiple release. Where will the release? So guys, here you see that release, and you can create a release. DevOps School 1.0 release. Now see all this thing you did and all, you can set it up. I'll not complicate this discussion. And then 2. This is the release 3.0. So this is how you have to manage as a project. So if you're a manager, you have to do that like that. Okay, can I go and check this out? Where is this component? Is here, and fixed version here it is. Okay, so like that you see that components here you have issues here you have. Right now you have only one issues assigned to this person, Rajesh Kumar. And I think if you read this, guys, tell me one thing. Do you really need to have explanation for it? All issues, my open issues, reported by me, open issues, done issues, viewed recently, resolved recently, updated recently. Do you really need to me to explain it to you, all of you? All of you?
That can be understandable by saying this.
Yes, it's self-explanatory, so don't have to worry about it. But here, you know what? I want to do some customization for this project. What kind of customization? So you know what? When I feed this, I want to increase the issue type. So we have a bug, improvement, task, new feature, epic. So can I have something else type? Any suggestion from you guys? Any issue type which you have?
Epic.
Epic we have already. New feature also, task we have, bug we have, improvement we have, feature, new feature is also we have. Suggest me something, some issue type. Task we have, bug we have. Let me remember. Issue, task, feature. Let's say everything we have by default in cloud actually. So bug, improvement, feature. Okay, I'll add a feature actually. Okay, here you have a new feature, and here you have a one type, one more type I'm adding, feature. Just though it's not making any sense, but just for the demo, how to add a type. Okay, so cancel this. So now here I go to the project setting. Guys, in the project setting, you have so many options. So many options. Okay, so many options here. Look at this. Details, summary, people who's a part of this project, permissions what you can apply for these projects. Okay, and some of the features, notification, automations, workflows. And here you see issues, all of you issues.
Yep.
Guys, so many features are there. I'm not complicating too much, but issues, we have a types, layout, screens, fields, and collector. So one by one, okay, let's not complicate. I want to add a issue types. So right now, these are the types which we have by default from them. Now what do we do? I'm going to create one more. So how do we create a one more? So let me go for issue type and edit issue type, use a different schemes. And here, no, there's a some button. Okay, just a second, hold on. Here, that button is missing. Here it is. Okay, so guys, what is happening at the account level? This is there, but at project level, it's not there. So in the server edition also, at the account level, not a project level. So here I'm going to add a issue type, and the name of the issue type is, we decided feature, correct? And here, add it. Now, guys, here you have this one. This is mine. Okay. Now, if you look at it very carefully, this issue type is attached to this project. This issue type is attached to this project. If you see that, story is not attached to any project. That's the reason I was not able to see. So what you have to do, this issue type I created, but you need to attach to the project, which is the project one for my case. So here I'll just go and attach it. Now, how do we do that? So here feature, click on this, and wait a second, go to issue schema, issue type schema, and here this is a project schema, and these are the things which is selected right now. Feature is not there, and edit or associate. I think associate, and here no, I think edit only. This UI has got little changes. What I'm seeing now, you see that story and feature is not added. So feature added, save it, done. So what I did, guys, step number one, I added issue type, and here I added issue type, and after that I got into the schemas of a project issue type, and then attached to that, edit and attach to that. That's all. By the way, in the server edition, little bit more simpler actually. So, and this UI is also a little different. So now we have a feature, guys, and can I go and validate? Create project one, and here you see the feature, all of you.
Yep.
So this is the way you can customize it. By the way, there's some drag and drop options are there. You can try this one. For example, let's say if you want to see little bit up, these all things I think you can find out the moment you start using it. This is a play area to become comfortable. So okay, so that is the one options which I did it, and I got the issue type created. So now here project, you got multiple created, multiple issue type customization is there. Now summary components, we have it. Now reporter and all, here versions, you have everything. Now you know what, one thing I want to add, and in this particular field, and that is custom field. For example, country. Do you have a country here? So see that in this form there's no country, so I want to add a field actually. So can I do that? So guys, look at my screen, go to the system setting, site setting. Here click on the set system and look for I have to click here, look for issue. Okay, look for issue. This UI actually, that's the reason I'm getting a little lost, but more or less it's something similar concept, but cloud UI and this particular release, it's a different little bit. So here I added issue type. Now I am going to add one field. How do I do that? So I should look for this is the issue type. Here we have workflows, here we have screens, here we have field. This is the area. So click on it, guys, look at my screen, and here I am going to add a custom fields. And what kind of custom? These are HTML, all these fields, you can see that. So I'll go for some simple one, and that is this one, select list, or maybe select list single choice. Okay, now what is the field name? So country, and this is what is the option. So here India, USA, and what Europe, I mean UK, and what Just all three country. Now which particular country which you are trying to add, again it depends on that the fields which you can customize n number of ways, and created it. So guys, I created this field, but you know what, the second screen which you got it, here you have to associate field which is called country to certain screens. Now which screen you want to attach to it? So of course you know that project one which I am currently working on it, which I am customizing. So click on this. By the way, you can set the defaults also, you can set others also, depends on your choices. These are all the screens basically for the projects. Right now I need only one, but just for the sake of it, I am attaching everything and update. That's all. So now I did it. By the way guys, you can also this one rearrange that, drag drop, all this thing you can do that. So where is it, my country? Here it is, see that, and it's a list type. It is attached to 5 screens, one context, and you can also edit details, you can change all stuff like that, and delete it also, all this thing you can do that. There is one drag options which I was looking for it, and I'm not able to find it in this edit. Nope. I was having drag, so I'll just find out that option in the cloud also, but let me see that first, it has come or not. So create. Now guys, if you look at this here, do you see my screen, all of you, last one?
Yep.
So here you have a custom fields also. So like that, you can design your own field also. By the way, I don't like this to be on the bottom section. So what to do? So I'll go to my screen, guys. Where's my screen? Screen schemas here, and my screen schema is here. And now I'll do the little bit of configure or edit. Let me try. And I click on the configure. By the way, it's taking time. And not this one. I have to edit. So no, just this has to be configure view all screen schemes, and for the project, okay, I'm clicking on the wrong options actually. Here it is. Okay, so I clicked on this. Now this is a priority set actually for the screen, which is a project one. So now what to do? Now I think country, I should drag it up. In the desktop version also something similar is there, but because I got used to desktop version, cloud version, I'm just finding a difficulty to find out the right options. But it's the same thing. There's no difference actually, not much different. So country, what I'll do, I'll just move it below the issue type. Okay, and then do we have a save? Automatic save is there, and then finally I'll go to the create, and you see that country has come. Did you see that?
Yep.
All of you? Okay, so now you saw that many things you can customize basically. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to customize one more thing. And what is that thing? So first I should go to my project one, and here I'll click on this one, and there is one thing which you call it a workflow. Where is the workflow? I need to locate it. Okay, so here do you see workflow window somewhere? I'm just trying to locate that workflow, and here here can you see that workflow? I'm finding a little bit difficulty because server version is different UI and desktop version is different UI. So do you see the workflow? So what is the workflow right now? So here you have to do, in progress, in review, and done. And you see the view workflow. That means any ticket, feature, or any work which you assign, it has to go to the to do, then in progress, and then in review and done. Got it? All of you?
Yep.
Now, can we customize it, this workflow? Yes, you can do that one also. By the way, let me do this, complete this work. And done. That means close issues and done. So now if I go to the issues, all issues. Here you have one issues, but open issues, none issues. My closed issues, where is this closed issues? Closed issues view is not there, but you can add in a more filter also. Okay,
I
so
think
here
done
you can
issue.
see the done issues. Yes, here it is.
Yeah.
Here is. Now I'm going to create one more issues actually. So can we do that? So this time bugs, DevOps school registration is not working. Is not working. Okay. Now I mean you can understand this all this stuff which we did it. I'll just fill this dummy information and fixed version which is this one medium everything you just understand that and create it. Now you know what guys, this status workflow we call it status right now is in sorry all issues, go to the all issues, and right now why it's not coming? Did I create it in the same project or different projects? Here it is, refresh issues. So right now this issues by default is got into the to do. Okay, then you will start working on it in progress, then in review, and then done. So this view I don't like it. I want to introduce something in between. So any suggestion from you? What I should introduce something which is very simple workflow.
Pending close.
Something else. Can we add some on hold or something like that?
We do
Will we make no? It's a flow, workflow. It's not a type. So here you are working in progress, in review, and done. So probably it's like workflow. Can we add on hold or something?
or
The
blocked.
ticket is on hold or something like that, right?
At blocked.
Yeah. So what to do now? Click here. Go to issues and look for the workflows. See, I taught you how to add an issue type. I taught you how to modify the screens. How I taught you how to work with the fields. Okay, and now now workflows. So right now, you know what? Every project which you create, there are certain workflows you get it. Yes, you can create your own workflow. You can modify the existing one. You can do anything actually with the workflows. So right now, I'm not creating anyone new, but rather than modifying the existing one only. But if you want to create from here, you can copy this one, you can modify, you can apply it to any projects right now. But right now, I'm not complicating too much. Just click on this one. So this is the active workflow and included the workflow schemas, which is here, and click on edit. Now guys, you know what? There's some message I'm getting. The workflow designer may not behave correctly at your current browser zoom level. Okay, so my zoom level is more or what?
Yeah, it's too much.
No, it's 100 only. Not sure. Okay. Anyways, so right now, this is the existing workflow I'm trying to modify, and now you have a two ways, guys. You have a diagram and you have a text also. By the way, doing the text way is a more reliable. Okay, but you have to have a little bit of experience before that. But right now, I'm going to do through diagram. So guys, in a diagram, you will have a easy visualizations, but very difficult to do that. If you have a very complicated stuff, then it's very difficult to do that. So please understand that. So guys, you know what? In this, please understand the terminologies. Oh, sorry. Please understand the terminologies first. You know what? This one to do is one status. In progress is status. In review status. Done is status. Okay. Now, guys, if you look at this here, this is the starting point. And what do we call it? This one, you know, this is called transition. Transition means what does the meaning of this? That means basically you can go from anywhere to anywhere. That means from done you can make it do, from do you can make it done. Simple. So here you have all status means, all transition means you can go from anywhere to anywhere. There is no rules for it. Are you understanding, guys?
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll do a little bit of customization because there's no fun playing with all the time. So I'll say from the to do I should go to the on hold or something like that. Okay, so let's try this again. I'll be doing, you may find I'm doing a little easier way, but again, it's required a little bit of experience. It's just I'm using the Jira from last almost 15 years, so I got used to it. But again, you have to little bit practice this design. So what to do now? I'm going to add a status. Now, guys, if you look at this here, guys, here you have so many status already there. Building, closed, open, reopen, resolved. Now, you know what? This status has not been used. That's the reason it's been showing you. So if you can use it, no problem. But right now, I am not interested in any of this existing status. I have decided I am going to add on hold. So see here, if the some of the status is not there, it will automatically create it. Okay. Now here, this is important. Please read this. Allow all status to transition to this one, which we have already. Correct now? All. Remember? So here, add it. Now here from on hold, you can go to anywhere basically, or from anywhere you can go to anywhere to on hold. That's the things. Which category? Here to do category and create it. So this is the, guys, look at this here. This is the one status I created and transition to all. That means, let me save it if I have, or automatic save must be there. I think here, publish draft. And do you want to save backup copy? Not interested, by the way. It's just for the demo. And done. Can we go to and check my issues? Where's my issue, by the way? Project 1 and project, this is the item ID. And can we go to here? See here, on hold. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
So if you are in progress, still you see on hold. You are in done, still you see the on hold. That means from anywhere to anywhere. But we discuss something else. Go to the issues, go to the workflows, edit this, and here we discuss, hey, we don't want to go everywhere. From to do, I want to go to this one. So let me little bit design this. Okay, so now I'm going to design one more. So here, what should be done? So here, pending we have it. No, I think we don't have it. Okay, so it's a new status. Now this time I will not select this one and add it. Now this, choose the category, create. Now you see that here, look at it very carefully. This is a pending. I'm dragging it. Okay. Now it's for nowhere. Like from, see, it's going from nowhere to pending. So what should I do? So I should say, hey, from to do you should go to the pending. Are you understanding, guys? All of you?
Yep.
Okay, so what to do here? You have a C, add transition, which was here all, but this time I don't want. So here I am saying, hey, from to do to pending, I want to add it. So add transition. From which status? So from to do to which status? Pending. What is the name for it? To do to pending. I'm giving very bad name. Please ignore it, just for understanding purpose. And then screen, which projects? All the things you can select. Okay, and add it. There's some problem. You cannot perform this operation on a draft workflow. Draft is not a draft. Just a second.
I think we need to save it.
Yeah. You need to.
Yeah, just a second.
Yeah.
No, I'm adding, still editing actually. So just a second, let me add one more time. From pending, from to do to pending, name it whatever you want, and add it. Earlier it was not there like that. You cannot perform this operation on draft workflow. Okay, let me do one thing. Maybe in the cloud there's some customization stuff like that. So I'll just follow this. Again, I'll go here. So pending and edit. Where is the edit? Active edit. And here pending, add from to do to pending, add it. Okay, name enter, add it. What is this? Okay, cancel. Go to do. Here, add transition from to do to pending. Opposite way I'm doing it. Okay. So add it. This I've seen first time. Just and here active workflow is currently being used by one or more project. When you a workflow, you draft of it that you can modify it. You influence, you can publish and draft it. This was correct. I don't see there's a, you cannot perform this operation on a draft form. So I'm not performing draft one. Add transition, add it, name some dummy.
I think when we edited it became a draft. So
No, that's correct, but you have to modify only in edit mode. That's a challenge because without that you cannot modify. So publish again. I'm doing the same thing. Okay, and okay. So here I cannot select also. If it is not edit mode, you cannot select also. That's a problem.
Yeah, but without publishing, do we have any save option?
No. I've been doing this one a lot of time. This is first time I'm seeing it. Cannot perform this operation on draft work. Okay, let me try the text version. And here I have to do in progress and review on hold pending. So here what I want step name into this one is not required. So let's say from pending I want to go from to do, I want to go to pending. So from to do and I want to go to edit. This options will also, okay, let's try this designer only. Discard draft. Let me try one more time last time and go to edit, diagram, and no. Okay, so I transition, reuse transition. Let me reuse transition from to do to pending. Add it. No. So here from to do to pending. Name it, description it, screen. Strange. Okay, so I'll just check this one offline and I will come back. Usually it should not be there. Must be I'm missing something which is in the cloud, but not in desktop. See, there's some people also have reported saying that. So they're saying, hey, do one thing. So for this problem, what they're saying, copy the workflows and after that, edit the workflows. And after that, okay. So they're saying, hey, instead of doing in the live, you modify copying these things and then do that. So this is the cloud changes. It's not in the server. So server you can modify as it is. So what you have to do for this is cancel this publish no, and here you can click the workflows. You can copy one, and this is a Rajesh workflows, and copy. Now you can modify and then do the changes. Probably it will work. So here from to do to pending, save it. Okay, the name and done. Okay, yeah. So now it's offline, and after that you have to make it inactive. So what to do? So I just did the changes, but I want you to look at this arrow, so you'll understand that. See here, from the to do, it will do the pending. From on hold, you can go to anywhere. In progress, you can go to anywhere. In preview, you can go to anywhere. Done, you can go to anywhere. So now, from the to do, it will go in the pending. Now, how do we do that? So here, I'm going to workflow schemas, and now I have a Rajesh. So this is the active schema, and if you go a little bit down, this is the inactive schema. Okay, and where is the Rajesh? So this is the active, inactive, and this is the one mine. Right now, it's not in use. So what to do? So you have to go and attach to some active workflows. So active workflows, the project name is project one. So let's try this. So here only you can define, and just you can refresh it. Now here there's some issues. Okay. So here you can go to the workflows here and edit this and locate that which one you want, and that you want is, wait a second. Just a second, guys. Do you see screen? Let's go to here. Issue, and look at the screens. And here it is. So this is the screen, configure, and for default, screen schema. Where to? So many complications has been introduced in the cloud. It was very easy. So let me go back to my workflow schemes, and this is inactive, and this is active. Edit. Here you attach to assign. No. Here. Add workflow. This workflow I created. Now included in this I want to map it up. So project setting, project setting. Here it is. And yeah, here. So this UI has changed. There's a little bit of change in the desktop and cloud. Add existing one. And here Rajesh WF, and little bit minimize this one and next. And everything, whatever you want, and finished. Now you got applied. And now if you go and see that, publish, I did this, associate all this stuff, you have to click on it. And now go and refresh it. So go to this here, Now go to the project one. Now go to the ticket one and click on here and view workflow. See here. So on hold from to do to go to pendings, right? So can we go and to do first? See here. The moment you got into to do, you got a pending also. Did you see that?
Yep.
So this is the way you can modify. So basically, more or less, let me go and talk about it, that issues. In this here, you can add a issue type also, workflows also, screens also, fields also, and stuff like that. Now there is one more thing which I would like to tell you, and that is custom fields is done. And this status I'll let it be. Typically we don't modify this, so that let it be. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you how to work with Scrum project. So this is the normal projects. Again, same options you have in the any other projects also. Anything you can do that. But in Scrum project, what we have, if you understand the Agile, we have a concept of backlog. So here is a backlog. Okay, so I'm assuming like all of you know the Scrum process or Agile process. If you don't know, probably you can just read a little bit of more about it. But here I'm creating a backlog, lots of tasks. So how do I create a backlog? It's nothing but issues actually. So here, DevOps tool, issue number one is the quickest way to create a backlog. Okay, one backlog, two backlog, three backlog, four backlog, five backlog like the work, okay, for the 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, for the entire projects. Okay, so I'm taking out, I'm just creating multiple tickets quickly here. This is you can find in the Scrum project only, not in the normal project. So now these are the projects you have altogether, 1, 2, 9, 10, or whatever it is. Now what to do? So as a sprint master, they will go ahead and create a board for it and then create a sprint planning. So how do I do the sprint planning? So this is the board, and here, just a second. I should be having the sprint button, but I'm not able to get it. Why? And the reason is here it is. Okay, so here I'm creating a sprint. Look at this here. This UI is little different from the desktop, but yeah, again, if you are conceptually strong, then you can find out easily. So now this is a sprint. I'm going to add it. Usually sprint is for the 2 weeks. Okay, so I have a 2 weeks and ended, started automatically taken, updated. Now what to do? Simple, drag drop. One issue I'm going to work in this sprint, second issues, third issues, fourth issues, fifth issues. That means in this particular scrum of the 2 weeks, I'm going to work, altogether 5 issues, and start this sprint. And this is the sprint name and the dates I had already selected and started. Done. Now every day you will have our Agile meetings, and then someone will say, hey, what is the status of one? Is it done? Is it in progress? Is it in done? Or something like that. So this is the kind of things. Every day you will have a meeting, Scrum Master will do the meetings, and then you can keep working on it. And suddenly, if let's say all these work issues has been resolved, but only one is pending, which is issues 5. And then what you'll do, you'll get a complete sprint. And do you want to start a new sprint or just complete sprints? Now the issues which is not done, you want to move into the next sprint, you can do that, and done. So this is how you can work with the help of Jira. Very easy tool actually, and it will help you to practice your Agile and Scrum here. So now you have only one ticket. Now you want the reports and all? Yes, very much you can get it. So there should be one report button which should be enabled for this, and that should be here only. In the desktop we have a left side only, but I cannot find it out. So let me see if I have a reports, that we call it spring reports, epic reports, sprint reports. All these things you should be having it, but unfortunately I'm not finding it. So could be some no, unfortunately I'm not able to find it. So maybe in the cloud version this is not there, reports. So we need to find out how to install the plugins and then get the features. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes, Raj.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's get into the little bit of more features of permissions. Okay, so permissions here you can get it in the under the user management. So it's a very simple flow in the cloud. In the server editions we have LDAP configurations, all this stuff like that. And here it will be very easy. And see that here you can add a users. I have added 2 users, by the way, one info and one Rajesh. And here you can create a groups. These groups which you have created automatically by default, you want to create groups, you can do that. So create a group. This is a dev group. Now which members you want, so Rajesh, let it be, and then create it. Now you want to add a members, you want to attach. So I don't think so you'll struggle anytime. So this is a group, add a group members. Here these all the groups. So dev is there, members 1, and it has access to none. So how do I set the access? I'll show you that one. And here you have access to 1 product. Here you have access to 1 product. Here you have access to 2 products. Okay, so like that. So here you create a users. Here you create a groups. So the manage accounts here you have no manage accounts. So verify domains. Domains means some domain DNS entries you want to really manage that. So you can get it done. Now, how do we give access to this? So here there is one service called permissions. So that is we can find under, go to setting button. Where is the setting button? Here. Wait a second. I'll just go to here. And today I created this one, right? Yeah. So security. This will change. Billing, no. Security. Permissions button will be there. There you can attach the permissions. So let me find out that options and I'll tell you. So okay, let me move to setting button and click on it. Organizations. This is administration. I lost the setting button actually. It should be on top. So switch to view all organizations. This one I created, I hope. Last time I created all this thing. I hope this one is the one. And yeah. So now here I should go to here, and you see that one options under the things setting system. So here you get a permissions. So click on it, and you see the global permission left side.
Yeah.
Click on it, and here you can add a permission. So here select that what you want, users and group, which group. So I created dev group right here, and here what kind of permissions. So here I added only browse permission I had given. See here, browse permission to which group? Dev group. You want to made it admin. Here select permissions or manage group, manage bug changes. This one, managing a team, manage projects, and here you can select this again group and add it. Okay, so this is the way you can add a permission. So these are the permissions added. Let's say Jira. So here admission Jira. This is the browse users that just now added. So you can configure the permissions here also, and you can add more groups here. So manage access users. You can add more groups here and done. So this is the way you can see the permissions at the system setting. Most of the issues will be, most of the options to manage this, you'll have it here. Now there is one question someone has asked me, and that said, he said, what about if I create an email and if I send an email to that email ID, then you should go to that and create a ticket. And for that option, I think Ram, are you there?
Yeah, Raj, I'm here.
So that option is somewhere here. Okay. So which
Incoming email.
option? Let me check that because it's a least used feature, and that options
If
is.
I remember correctly, there is a plugin for that. So that plugin need to be configured and installed in both ends.
No, not needed. I have seen that in the default server edition. You should be having in the cloud also. Let me just give me 2 seconds. I will find it. This one. Here it is. Set up an incoming mail server. No, not this. I have seen that options here only. Just a second. Outgoing, incoming. Okay, yeah, incoming only. This is the one only. Yeah. So here, yes, here only. So this is the email ID for incoming. Okay. So you can add a more incoming also. So let's say mail server, custom Microsoft, whatever it is, and add it. I'm not added, by the way, Microsoft right now, but you can add more incoming. So this one which you got it, this is the default you got it for per account from cloud Atlassian. So you can add a more email server, and if you send an email to this one, we should be having what is it? Ticket created for it, subject line number. So this is the incoming server. Okay, so here is the current email server that you are configured for Jira. Set up your incoming mail server. So yeah, so for this is the option section. Now for outgoing email, Jira should send an email to all the users. For that, you have to set up outgoing email here. Now this is the outgoing email is enabled here. Why? Because, and here you don't have options, just like a server edition, because this outgoing email in the cloud is controlled by Atlassian. So they have by default enabled. You can disable it also. And yeah, if you want to take up a backup of Jira, this is the options you can use it, import and export. So you can import from the Jira cloud, you can import for the Jira server. You can, in LMS, you have a Jira server demo, okay? So please look at it. I'm showing you the cloud demo only, but in LMS, you have a Jira server demo. You can take up a backup here. You can set up emails here, and some of the webhooks and all. Okay, so this is the kind of features which you have to work on. Now let me show you some of the features which is for the project level also. So let's say this is a project which is called Scrum. Under the setting, if you go, you can set many things here. So you can set the board, a column, status. You can customize this project basically. Access you can define here. If you want to install some of the apps for only for this project, you can use this one and get going. How do we install the app? So additional app. So here you see there is one last button, app, add and manage Jira marketplace. Most of the app is paid actually. That's the unfortunate thing here. Most of the apps you'll find a paid one only. But you can search for the free one. And here these are the free one. Very few are free here. So you can check it out here. Slack integration for Jira is a free. And this is already installed it. So again, that how to install and configure the instructions will be not a common for every app. It will be different. So yes, you can install this here app and then follow their documentations here, documentations, and see that how they are saying it to configure it. It will be different instructions. All the projects you can manage here. All the products which you have enrolled for it. For example, right now Jira software only, but you can go for that this one also. Bamboo, you can go for Confluence, which is the next demo. You can get it here only. Some of the account settings and all billing stuff, which you know that you don't have to interact with. Okay, so now let's go into some Q&A sessions. There were many questions actually. I will ignore it. Just a second, we'll discuss on that one by one. So there's many questions from only from Ram. Anyone else have a questions? No? Okay, so this we have found out that option. So that is the same thing. It's an incoming call. If you have to set up that, you'll get a unique email ID. In a server edition, you can customize this also. Now, next thing is if you forward email discussion with the Jira number in subject, it updates how to set up this. See, the email has to be this
We
one
generally
only.
don't no, we don't add any email IDs in email. Like generally what happens is when the discussions happening on the email chain between the people, so we just add the story number in the subject. We don't add any email with respect, like you said in
So
the
probably, yeah, I don't use
what
this one,
happens
but probably
continuously updates the discussion notes into the Jira actually.
Yep. So probably that I think that's the answer. Some people directly open Jira stories from other platforms. Do we have any API to perform all this? So see here, some people mean, see, anyone who wants to access Jira, whatever I showed you, it's through GUI. Okay, but everything is supported by APIs. So everything. So Jira API is the simple way to get all this answers, which is available, which is not available. So most of the features which I showed you through cloud, you have available for that. Now, how to do that? So here you have a complete documentations for like what you want to do. So this is for authentication authorizations, some calls, some permissions related. Let's say you want to pagination. This is expansion, creating a ticket for API. So these are all that are general stuff. You will get it easily. For example, issue, and you want to create issues. See, edit issues here you have, but I want to see the create issues, which is here. And this is the code which we have. See here, this is the code which you have, which you can run it through this, and then you can get it done. So here also this is simple one. ID name, ID name. This is the two issues created for this. Authentication has to done. So this is the API call for it. Forge, and I never use, but curl most of the people are using. Node.js, Java, if you want to use Java, Python, PHP code. So anyways, curl is the easier one. If you specify the token, where do you get a token? This one. So you have options. Go to here, go to the profile, personal setting, account setting, and here under this security, and you see this option, API token. Yeah, so here you can generate a token and get it done. Okay, so all these things nowadays it's like API can be done in everything. Now the question is how to create a workflow for Jira, like new, in progress. I think I showed you just now.
This is covered. Yeah.
Want to know some basics of Jira queries. Jira queries, I have some videos on LMS actually. So Jira query is nothing but in a way to query the database and do something directly on the database. Remember that the concept is like this. Whatever you have in the, understand this, whatever you have in the database, the architecture, whatever you have in database, basically web is showing the same thing. Okay, now this web you connect to the API, and then this API will make a changes, or sometime directly you want to make a changes here. So you can also check this. There's a one more thing. There is a search button. If you go to here, you can go to project. Just and this queries also you can write it. Just hold on. Go to the
in UI
project.
also people write some JQL
Yes,
queries.
JQL query here. Go to the advanced issue search and advanced issue search, and see, I am searching for something. Okay, please understand that. So let's say I'm searching for the only project one. Type only with open or bug and status only to do and assign to Rajesh or whatever it is. Now this I am doing it. Okay, No. Okay. So I've got a no ticket. Why? I think I closed it or what? Search. Current user, no. Let me disable this. So I got a one ticket for this filter. Now, can you do this through this one? Are you able to see that? Here, guys? Hello? Am I audible or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to do through see here. So this is cheating actually. I did cheating. I just I selected all this thing and then convert it into the JQL. Simple. Now, if you want to learn the JQL, okay, Jira JQL is a query language actually for Jira, and here you have to learn. Okay, this all the tutorials we have all these options now. So you have to learn like this. So I just showed you through the cheating. This is the queries. Either you run these queries or the UI, the one which I showed you. Same results.
Yeah, so generally people embed these kind of queries in Confluence to show the status of the stories or
Correct.
something.
Yes,
So that's
yes.
the reason I'm asking.
This query. Yeah. Okay. Now the query can be done through the database level also. Mind it. Let's say if you this one is MySQL, so SQL query, PostgreSQL query. What do you say? This one Oracle queries. Different database, different queries you can run directly on also that. But most of the time, database access is not there, and especially in case of cloud, you won't get a database access. So API access you get it, but in server version you get a database access also. You may get it if you are a read access. You may get it. You may ask for it. Okay. So that is a okay. Any other question, guys? Yeah.
One question.
So there's one
in
more question.
Jira, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So this workflow creation, project name additions, release version, all these things we have done it, right? Yeah. Adding a new team member to Jira is controllable over. Yes, in the cloud it's controllable, but in a server version you can control through SMTP. So LDAP.
So there are how many roles generally like in Jira, like just admin and users, that's it, or any super
See, these
user or
roles
something?
in the desktop version you'll have a different roles, and cloud version you'll have a different roles. Now you want to check this, so this is the best place to see that. So here you have a roles, administrator role. This is the role. You can create a roles, and these roles also you can assign a permissions using the global permissions here. Okay, so you can create it. This is a site by. So in the cloud, what we have the concept of site. Site is equal to one desktop, a dedicated desktop version which you have allocated to your domain.
So how can I find out my in-house Jira project is related to cloud or non-cloud? Where can I find out that? Because I'm just a user, I don't know.
Simple, no? See, you're having the unique URL, right? So this will have a private IP address, 10 dot something like that, or some custom domain name. See, anything which starting with Atlassian.net is a cloud version.
End with Atlassian.net. Okay.
Yep.
Project name.
Yeah, it's a cloud version. I'm using cloud because my installation did not run.
UI is different actually.
UI is different. That's the reason I little bit got lost suddenly. I was finding little hard to find out the option which is regular, because even I am a user of desktop version.
Okay. So adding a new team member is something it's just a admin can directly add, or is something like a lab level, some customization required? Adding new.
Which one?
Adding
Which one?
new team member to project or a Jira.
No, that can be done by the project administrator. Invite him, or in a cloud actually, and that can be done using here user management. So you can invite him. You can add their user ID and password here.
So invitation to all projects, or you can control the specific project also.
No. So the moment user is added, then you can define who should be the part of this project. For example, this is a site, one site we got it right now. Okay, and for that you can add as many users. Now, which project he should be part of? For example, this guy. So he should be part of. So right now invited, but he should be a part of which project, that you can define in the project setting. So here, there's a default also, but you can define in the project setting, which is here. So go to projects, let's say project one, and here you have a project setting. Where is that? Project setting, and here you can add that user you want him to access. So here, so once it's added in the site, you will have that options, and you can search for it here, and you can design the role. So right now I don't have any users, so I'm not able to get it. So here you can add a people also. See, this is some limitations here for the trial accounts.
One last question, like my previous Scrum Master used to have some work adding the work hours also in the each Jira story, like number of hours spent on the Jira story. So it's
Yes.
like adding the additional label, or is it
No. It's a part of the default ticket. Here, if you see that, I'm going to edit this.
Add work efforts.
See here. More fields here, time track, original estimates, how much and when it should be done, due date, all these things you can add it. It's a part of the ticket, any ticket.
Yeah, this is estimate, but when what he added something like some option came, so we generally used to use that option, like add work or track my work something, and where I have to enter my number of hours. Based on that, the left side what you are showing, it will get updated, like number of hours I track.
Maybe custom fields you might have added, so it can be customized. You can
I have seen that in Scrum boards, Ram. So
Scrum board. Okay.
Yeah. So
I think that is in a story actually, which you assign to. Whenever you assign, you have to define the time.
So that is a story. I mean, anything in the Jira is called issue. Simple. Whether it's a bug, feature, story, backlog, whatever you call it, it's a issues. An issue has certain fields. Now the field. Sorry. So this is a field, okay? And here, can I call edit? Edit options. I want to see in the full view. How to see this UI, cloud UI, little bit. I'm not comfortable, but if you see the left side, here you have assigning, labels, sprint, estimates, stories, points estimate. Probably you're talking about this one, maybe, or some more fields you can add it. So here, I cannot edit. No, this is ethical. There was an option in the server version, seeing the full one. I'm not able to locate it. That's the problem. Got it. I have to click on the numbers actually. Now it's a full view. So even though if it is a part of Scrum, you see that all the fields here, and whatever the fields you have it as part of this is a Scrum project, by the way. So if you have it here, you can use it. If don't have it, you can create a new custom fields also. So depends on that, what you want.
Initially, you said, right, the status updates can go to our group chat, some kind of what is that, like Symphony or somewhere. If anybody updated the story or something, can we integrate that updates also? Like
literally, I mean, theoretically, you can
status
do
update of the issues. Status update of the issues, basically.
You can in fact status update you can do through the Jira also. Jira that Jenkins also. Jenkins, let's say build is pass status update to this, that, all these things you can do that. Through API also you can do that. Through manually, anyways, you can do that. So all these things it's possible. Again, whole systems integration and automation at what scale? First, we need to discuss like what are the tools we have, and then how do we integrate? What are the use cases we have? Accordingly, you will have API call for everything and get it done.
Yeah. If you share some scenarios right at the end of all the sessions, it would be good. Like we are
Yeah. So
learning.
in a Jenkins, that's the thing. So in a Jenkins, we have a scenarios where we can integrate with Jenkins with the Jira, and then the moment the build get failed in the Jira, sorry Jenkins, then automatically should get creating a ticket. The next build, if it is passing, then automatically it's updating the tickets also through the Jenkins, and then closing the tickets also. So those are the workflow. You can do it through the Jenkins. If you want to do through the some custom scripting, again depends on the scope of work. Okay.
Okay.
So Jenkins, that integration in any ways.
In DevOps interview or SRE interviews, like people expect, like for experienced people, what they expect from Jira, like all the options which you showed. So they will expect, or is it something
For,
on Scrum Master?
let's say there is a two aspects of it. One is user of Jira, one is admin of Jira. If you are an admin of Jira, they will more or less will ask you, how do you modify the custom fields, screens, workflows, and types, and user management, permission management, and stuff like that, and backup and restore activities. Now, let's say if you're a user aspects of it, so they'll ask you, hey, do you know the Jira? How do you work with it? How do you create a project? How do you work with the tickets? Like, let's say you got assignment of ticket. What is the workflow usually you follow in your organization? So those are the questions you'll be asked. So you have to tell whatever the workflows you follow. Let's say you don't follow any workflows. Maybe you're not using Jira. In that case, the one which I showed you, like any tickets, project get created, tickets get created, assignment happen, it's get locked to the versions, releases, and then estimation of times, and it may get linked to other projects also, and we have some the work stages and all stuff like that. So these are the things they will ask. So again, it depends on this user or administrator context.
Yeah, thank you so much for the info. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, guys. So any other last questions we have before giving the rest to this topic and move into the next topic, which is conference?
So, Rajesh, I just
One more thing.
got a doubt.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so as you said that like they will ask the question based on whether you are the Jira user or the admin. So as a DevOps engineer, how they expect like as a Jira admin or as a Jira user?
Ma'am, it's very contextual question because any projects you see there's no standard standard of tools and responsibility defined. DevOps engineers you may have to do only Terraform. As a DevOps engineer, you may have to do only Jira. A DevOps engineer, you may have to do Jenkins or everything. Depends on the project. You can't comment, you can't visualize that. But be ready for all the scenarios. Actually, be ready. Okay, what I would suggest you, the trial version in the cloud is available. Why don't you do one thing? Any task you must be planning, right? A lot of tasks in your life you must be doing. The task which may be for your personal shopping or whatever it is. Keep using the Jira for it. And I mean, let's say if you're not in a project, if you're not using in a project, keep using for that purpose only. So like there's a task, there's a one, task 2, task 3, and you become comfortable with the UI immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, now in our LMS, you have a recorded sessions for the server edition. Okay, so mind it, this is a complete different UI for server and cloud. So server editions, you have a in LMS, you can practice it, installations and all, it's everything is there. Only request is like this time I did not check the storage size. Maybe I'm just going to check it out. There's no problem except I believe that maybe during the plugin installation, there's some checks enabled. For that, it required a little bit of storage more or something like that. Apart from that, there's no issues in that. So you just check it out, that videos, and then also practice it in your offline.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, guys, can I give the rest to this topic, all of you? Okay, so
Rajesh, I'm having a question.
Yes,
So,
one
is there any
question.
options available for reporting or analytics?
what
Hello.
is that?
I have
Reporting in Jira. So, that is one of the biggest challenges I have seen. That whatever
So
issues that has been created in Jira, there is no easy way to pull out reports.
no, it's there actually. In the desktop version, these reports are free. But I see that in a cloud version, these reports are not coming actually. So maybe you have to enable some of the options. Maybe one more thing, maybe I have a free plan. Because of that, it's not enabled. So I need to check that offline and then tell you.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
a free plan actually. So maybe if I upgrade my plan, those reporting has to be a part of project. So in the server edition, you get a free of course because everything you can try it out. But maybe for this project which I created, I have no proper licensing and stuff like that.
Yeah, we also use a cloud version, and we have definitely struggled on that.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just check that which reportings are available. I can also check this. Hold on a second. So Jira reports cloud, Jira cloud reports. So let me see that if it is powered by plugins or maybe default depends on the what license you buy. So here, see here under this project, if you go project sidebar and reports are there. So maybe my license is not as per the things, as per the requirement. So I told you, right, if you go to the projects, let's say this is the project one, and left side you should be having reports here. So here you see that in the normal projects you have these reports, and in all these reports you can get it. But in the Scrum, I could not locate it. So I need to check why it's not from the Scrum. Got it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, more questions, guys? Someone was asking, I interrupted him.
Hi, Rise.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Rise, I have one question. Like we have one existing story in a Scrum. Now, is there any, I mean, versioning control? Just like I'm updating there is a story change now. Okay,
Mhm.
and we develop something now. Story change. Is there any version control where we can
No,
update that
no,
the story is
no.
updated or
No.
no?
It cannot be possible because it's not a versioning tool. It is a so what you can see. You want to see the evolution of the ticket. Then what you can do is just let me click on it. So here, anything which is happening from the since it got created, you can put it in the comments and updates, and this all this thing you can do that. So here, versioning means what? This ticket has to be version or something. So this comments and history is all
So
about
you
that
are
one only.
got it. You are saying that in the same comment box you can comment your extended version. I mean
Yes,
extended.
yes. It's a task, right? So task should be not a version, but update should be there. So for example, you have some updates here, or maybe you modify some tickets also. So ticket modifications also, if you have right permissions, you can modify the tickets also. So where is this options? I cannot locate this, but you can modify for sure. And I have a permissions, but it's just a matter of you go and check this here. So here I'm modifying this, just click on the table and modify this. Now all this thing you can see here, who is modified, what time it was done, what the status got changed, anything you change, you see that everything here. Activities on that particular ticket.
And suppose someone is asking the desktop Jira to migrate to the cloud, is there any, I mean, the existing
Yes. You
version
have to
or
go to here. Yes, you have to go to the system. Okay, and then here you see the import export. So here import and export. So you should take that import from server. This one. This is the
okay,
one.
Jira
Import from server and then
there is no
export
export.
to no, it's there. Migrate cloud import.
It is
Here you have. So you have to export there. Okay, you have to export there and from that machine. And here you don't have export here. Why? Because they are not they are not probably they are not liking you to go away from this platform. So, but if you go in the server edition, you have an import export there also. Okay, so from there you can export, and here you can import actually. Make sense?
Import Jira server. Import Jira
Yes.
cloud.
Export is there. I have seen that in the desktop version is there. Export is there. But in a cloud, you see the import from the cloud, import from the Jira server. That means from one cloud to another cloud, you can import it. From server to cloud, you can import it.
Okay. No, but if I have my data in like I'm working for some time for a cloud in a cloud now. After some time, I'm planning to move to the local desktop or local server. So there should be a option that because they cannot say that we can. You got my point?
So immediate answer I do not have, but if you can explore these cloud options, we should be able to find out. Theoretically, it should be possible. They cannot, theoretically, legally, they cannot withhold our data. Okay, but how to do that easily? I am not able to see that. Probably, if I do little bit of research, you should be able to find out. Legally, they are not allowed to do that. You can back up. You can get your server data, a database, and all stuff like that for your projects easily. I mean, so I think we should read all this.
Okay.
I think this is the something is there. We have to read it actually from the cloud to desktop back, but most of the time you won't get it go back because we are slowly migrating to the platform as a service. So we got used to it. Okay, guys. Any questions so far?